I'm showing a little bit deeper chart because that's the type of chart a bigger boy will be looking at. Got to break down yesterday's low area. We're still range bound for now. Part of me says, man, would I love to see that break down. There's another part of me that says ahead of rollover, that may be a little bit more challenging than you think. Still got gap back up here. So anybody that's playing now, reminder, we're coming into lunchtime. So this is a deeper chart. And one of the things that you want to look at is obviously this is the head fake part. The resistance was up here, and then we come back and slip under the blue line again, and so directionality is down, but it doesn't mean we've seen snapbacks all the way from too far away. So we know that you have to use this idea conservatively. And once we get under it, then the pressure is downward, but we also know that there are times when we'll get some kind of a snapback, profit-taking move. So for now, we're still going to use this idea that this 32 zone is resistance. And this is just to keep things into a bigger perspective to see as the market develops over the next day or so. Don't forget, we'll be switching contracts. That's part of why I'm wondering about any substantial breakdown. And I felt today the real key would be getting, into that 32s, 31s, because that was our magnet, and then it just flipped and rejected it. Basically an inflection point today. NQ is certainly, come back, testing its platform, are already tackling its low from yesterday. So, like I said, this structure is one that temporarily looks like it's inverted head and shoulders, and I have found that normally this will not be that way. We need more work downside. You've got to come in and test these kind of levels, and especially like the middle of a big bar like this. So you want to keep an eye on this level too. All we know is this is a big wrecking ball trade, right? When we get under all of the moving averages and we're coming this way. This is a knife. This is where your knives come from. When the price stays below all of the moving averages, especially on a big chart like this. So far we've utilized 90% of yesterday's range. And you can see the umbrella pattern here too. This is a knife. Problem with knives are when, if you're not willing to be disciplined, take a stop, when that thing starts to, zing back the other way, you just got to take your stop and allow it to bounce. So anybody that took profits, the 23s to 22s, if you took one more reaction trade using a 5-minute chart, this is the grail trade right there. Make sure you get paid. What time is it getting late? So I said hit bounces until proven otherwise. This is a grail trade right in here. Very aggressive trade. This is basically retesting the IB low. Right? And we said today, more than anything else, be conservative. Got some pretty good ticks down here. I think we've got one more low coming. I think we're going to wash out those 21s. Measured move 20 and a quarter, right? Anybody that hit the bounce, because again, you know, whenever there's a gift, you want to take the gift, but then we also want to understand the potential. Well, do you want to buy it or do you want to sell? Well, when the surprise comes this way, you might as well say, okay, so they're weaker. We thought they were stronger. They were kidding. They're not. Simple as that. Boom, right there. Come on, 20 and a quarter. Yes. Bingo. Okay, right. Target one. 20.38. Here it is. Take something right there and then the trailer. Big support, we'd say it should be this 19.5 to 18. So that's what's getting challenged now. And T2 today is back in that 11 that I showed you. So we can get fooled. Here we go. We can get fooled, but we're not going to stay fooled. And that 19.5 shows up on your spreadsheet as a big idea. So make sure you take something. This was the perfect setup right here. It bounces, I said, till it stops working. Hopefully you got some of this.